serve today. This from Electrical Enterprises in Roca. For all of your residential and commercial electrical construction needs, call 402-438-5822. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar in Lincoln reminds listeners to keep our local farmers in your heart during the fall harvest season. Our local farmers work hard to provide for our daily meals all year round. Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar, located at 4141 Pioneer Woods Drive in Lincoln, offers fresh and delicious pasta, seafood, hand-cut steaks, and a wide variety of wines. For reservations, call 402-489-0005. The staff at Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar in Lincoln are forever grateful to the dedication of our local farmers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Step into the octagon if you dare. This is Lionheart Live with former UFC light heavyweight Anthony Lionheart Smith on 93.7 The Ticket. Lionheart Live is sponsored by Canopy Street Market, located at the corner of South Canopy and M Streets in the Haymarket. Here is your host, Anthony Lionheart Smith.
It is 11:02 Nebraska time, Wednesday, 4024-645685 is the Starter Haven text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing, and you do. We know you do. Text in, hit us with a what's up, and we will include you in the conversation. Turn to the back. You can find us on all the video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, LO Channel 961. Before we get to our main event, the thing you all showed up for. Hey, back over, and kind sir, if you would please scramble. This is mad scramble time for Bach. Find the answer, Bach. Find the answer. Pay the bills.
Today's show is sponsored by Hamilton Telecommunications, bringing you the latest quality technology and communication service since 1901. Whether it's residential or business, Hamilton has the answers. Visit hamiltontel.com for more info today.
Thank you, kind sir. Live from Omaha, from the Lion's Den itself. Let's bring in the Anthony Lionheart Smith. Kind sir, how the heck are you?
Dude, I think I'm starting to figure out I might have to go back to fighting. So I'm not so busy. The UFC is wearing me out, brother. It is getting crazy. They got me. I did call a couple fights at the Contender Series, which does mess with my Wednesday show, but the Contender Series is done. Yeah. It's only 10 weeks. It's a 10-week season. So for the foreseeable future, that won't be an issue anymore. But yeah, that's been the problem. It's I'm calling the Contender Series, which I don't know if you watched any of those fights on the couple of those shows that I called.
Amazing.
Oh my Lord.
Amazing.
DP, this is how I know I'm getting old. And this is how I know that I should be retired. There was that fight with the Russian kid and the kid from Ecuador.
Yes.
And first round's pretty competitive. They're getting after it. The next 2 rounds, they are literally rock'em sock'em robots. There's no technique. There's no game plans anymore. This is a war of attrition. They weren't even disconnected from each other. They're one hand in the clinch, throwing knees in each other's face and body. And I don't know how they had the energy to do it for as long as they did it for, but I got about halfway through the 3rd round and I just kept looking over at Dana thinking, will you stop this? Will you stop that? These kids are making no money. Like, it's very little money. Right. One of them has to lose, so he's only going to get half of it. And you want these kids to come in here, these young men and women to come in here and show their heart and show you what they have and show you that they're ready to put on a show for you. We're good. We're good. They showed it. We don't need to see anymore. It's not worth it. That's enough. I was starting to feel bad. Like, they're not making enough. It's not worth it. DP, what they're making is not worth it. And one of them is going to lose, which means he's probably not going to get a contract anyways. So then Dana,
thank goodness.
Well, he stops the whole broadcast. The winner gets announced. He stops the entire broadcast. It essentially tells me and Lorisenko to shut up. He goes and gets up out of his seat, immediately goes back to the cameras and said, there's no interviews. We're not going to talk to them. They're both going to the hospital. They're both getting contracts. And I'm giving them $25,000 bonuses. And I was like, thank God. But we could have done with 5 less minutes of that.
You could have tapped out and just
we didn't need to see that anymore. Listen, wash your hands with it. I see what I had to see. That's enough for me. That's it.
And this is the week after the 2 young ladies literally went into. They could have fought this fight in a closet.
They could have done it in a phone booth, one of the old school phone booths. They could have done that entire 15-minute fight in that phone booth, and they wouldn't have changed anything about what we've seen in the octagon. The stories that go behind it are. I mean, in some of the places that these people come from. The last one I worked in, the first fight of the night was initially was a heavyweight. This is the first fight at 205. So I'm doing all my research, and I got to dig down into the trenches to find some of these fights because these guys are deep in the favelas in Brazil. There's 2 fights I found of this guy. He's 5-0. Not very good, if I'm being honest. It was kind of a mismatch, but not very good. One of those fights is in a 10-by-10 boxing ring in a yard of a house. The very next fight, DP, is at the same house in the same ring in the basement of the house. His walk out to the ring was through the house.
Fuck.
Some of these people come from nothing. The bowels of some of the communities that these people, I mean, I was, and I felt bad because, like I said, he wasn't very good. He wasn't very good at fighting. But man, you gotta appreciate some of the will and determination that some of these kids have to pull themselves out of some of those situations. The kid from Ecuador started in Ecuador, has a twin brother who also was on the Contender Series. They decided they were just leaving Ecuador. They're gonna go to they ended up going to like Tijuana, sleeping on the streets outside the gym because the people wouldn't let them sleep in the gym. Then they're in Tijuana. Then they get an invite to go to the UFC PI in Mexico City. So then they go to there. They got nowhere to sleep though, so they're sleeping in cars and then puts on a performance like that in front of Dana. Come on, these storylines are incredible.
No, it was there. It's really the thing where it's like the old Hardy Boys videos in the backyard, right? Where they're wearing their dad's bathrobe and they're holding the event in the backyard, and they've invited 12 neighbors who all want to show up to watch this, but ultimately they become the version of it. Nebraska has its own stuff. I mean, listen, let's be honest. Grant Dawson, Derek Minner, Anthony Smith, Drew Dober, all have it may be my favorite part of the UFC, is watching the life transitions. And it is a level of emotional and physical toughness that us mortals will never understand what it takes to get from the bottom to the top simply through the fight game, through physicality, through emotional strength. I mean, let's talk about Drew Dober, right? That he tells the story of sleeping in a car, and then he almost broke the internet with the news of what the struggles that he was going through, even while at the top.
Yeah, listen, I could tell, I could tell Dober was off. I could tell he was off, and he's lost, he's lost 3 in a row. But again, all these people, I've known Drew since I was 17 years old. DP, we were fighting in the same amateur shows. I was lying about my age, making my birthday a year sooner than it actually was, so that they wouldn't ask any questions. Dober brought his mom to sign a waiver because he wasn't old enough either. So that's how long I've been doing this with Drew Dober. And I could just tell something was off, and he's lost 3 in a row, and people are talking about retirement. I said, listen, guys, you got to look at who he's fighting. This guy, he owns the most knockout record in the toughest, most competitive division in the UFC. 155 is and always has been the most competitive and hardest division in the UFC. And he leads the entire division in knockouts. This guy, this isn't the dude that you just write off because he's taken a couple lumps. Part of it is the approach that he takes to fighting. He is absolutely willing to take one to give one. And that's the reason that the entire world loves Drew Dober. But, you know, he had Renato Moicano, who just fought for the title. He had John Silva, who was just in a #1 title title eliminator fight. And then a young, hungry, nasty up-and-comer. And he just got clipped. So, yeah, he was on a 3-fight losing streak, but this is not all losing streaks are created equal. So there's that, but I could tell on Friday that he was off. That, you know, the last couple of times I've ran into him and pre-fight stuff, he just seemed off. And then Friday, him and I he was sitting at the hotel bar waiting to go to his team dinner. His wife was having a glass of wine. I was having a drink after work, and Dober's sitting there sipping on water. And I could just tell he was a little bit off. Like, what's going on, man? You okay? And had done a really good job of trying to switch his mindset and try to figure out why he's doing this and what's really important. And you know, it's tough when you're on a losing streak. He hadn't won in 2 years. You know, I can remember what my very first amateur loss felt like when I was 17, but you forget what it feels like to win. So, and so that messes with your head. And so him and I had this really long conversation, and I'm so happy that we did, because it felt like he left that conversation with a different mindset and a different approach. Like, you don't have to be Drew Dober all the time. You just have to go get a win. Sometimes it's not about everybody else. It's not about the crowd. It's not about the knockout record. It's not about, you know, entertaining all the time. Sometimes, dude, you just have to go find a way to win. Just go get a win. Who cares what it looks like? I don't care if you're the enemy here anyways. They're going to boo you anyways. So it doesn't matter. Go get a win. And then he goes in there, and it's kind of funky with the point deduction and all of that stuff. And then about midway through that second round, I started to see like the old Drew Dober, like that guy will just put his foot on the gas. And then when he realized he needed a finish to actually get a win, because at that point, if he wins that round, it's a draw. He's fighting for a draw. It's best case scenario if he doesn't get a finish. And that's when you've seen like good old fashioned, just vintage Drew Dober put his foot on the gas and go. It brought tears in my eyes, DP, if I'm being really serious. I walked down as soon as that fight was over and we were clear from the desk, and I stood in the tunnel and waited for him. Other than, your marriage, the birth of your kids, and the accomplishments of your kids, I can't think of a time that you're happier other than that walk back when you leave the octagon and you make your way back into the backstage area. And so I wanted to wait for him there. And it almost like I had tears in my eyes. Like, the world doesn't understand how hard this is and how hard we try and what we put into this and what you lose when you lose and what the internet does to you. And you win and you got 1,000 text messages and your phone is so hot you can't touch it, and you lose and it's crickets. And it's not crickets because nobody cares. It's crickets because nobody knows what to say.
Can't
And
relate. Right? You
yeah,
can't relate.
you can't relate. Like your world feels like it's coming to an end. And I'm telling you, man, nobody cares more about what they do than fighters. Nobody. I don't care what your job is. I don't care what sport you play. Nobody. In football, you couldn't possibly care as much as we care. You guys lose too much. You guys are used to it. Like, we don't do it that many times. Like, I've lost, like, Michael Jordan and Kobe lost more times in one season than I've lost my entire life. You get used to it. We're not used to it.
But that's the big part of the thinking. And you said a lot there. There's a lot to
I did. I rambled. My bad.
no, but Anthony, this is why we were, look, you and I talked, we knew we were going to be all over the place and it was going to come in hot because there's so many different things to talk about in the space that we're in. But to say that there is a way, Bach and I have been talking, we were talking about Husker football, and we'll get into the second hour, we're getting to Husker football and some of the things that you were just talking about. That quite frankly, the conversations, the outside conversations of people who cannot understand what it's like to be in the arena, to make the sacrifice, to put yourself out there. And when it doesn't go well, how you react and respond to it, how you accept it, how you deal and cope with it, and that how these athletes cope and deal with it. And Drew Dober got up, and literally it was important for me to sprint back, get into the media room, and be there when he answered questions because I knew he needed to see a familiar face. And that was how important what you did for him was the connection and the fact that he was so proud of being from Nebraska, so proud of being from Millard South, and saying, listen, there's a way. There's a way. It's not supposed to be easy, not going to be easy, but Nebraska breeds some things in toughness that he wanted to share and he wanted to be proud of. But we miss this thing. He talked about, you know what? I lost a child. Like, I lost a child and couldn't share it and couldn't put out there because, quite frankly, people wouldn't understand what it was like to walk into that octagon carrying not only the burden and responsibility of being a top 20 fighter in the world, but the humanity of losing the most dearest thing to you.
That's heavy. That's so heavy. And I just, again, it's the Nebraska thing, but it's also the fighter thing. Like, fighters are just uncommon amongst uncommon men. So if you take the most uncommon athlete, the most elite athlete, every single athlete I've ever met wishes he was a fighter. Every single one. I've never met a professional athlete who didn't say, man, I wish I could do what you do. We're just uncommon amongst already uncommon people. But then you add in this Nebraska connection to it. We see it with Terrence Crawford. We see it with even Houston Alexander. Love Houston to death. He was never that good.
Right.
He just outpunched and outwilled people. Jason Brills, not a super technical or not a super athlete, crazy technical, but you won't find anybody tougher than Jason Brills. And he was never the better athlete in any match he was ever in. That's wrestling and fighting. Ryan Jensen, same, still got that crazy toughness. Jake Ellenberger, find a tougher welterweight than Jake Ellenberger in the history of the sport. You're going to find ones that are maybe better, that maybe were more successful, maybe made more money, maybe they won the titles. Find one that's tougher. You won't. Those are all Nebraska natives in the UFC. Grant Dawson, super tough. Mirsad Bektik, one of the most talented guys, in my opinion, to ever come out of Nebraska. It didn't pan out, and he was able to be really successful outside of the UFC and didn't need to do the fighting thing anymore. And he's, got a beautiful wife, and he sailed off and did his thing, and that's amazing. That's a win to me. But it's just we're just different. We're just different here, and I'm so glad that you were there, and he was able to see a familiar face and see that red Husker in, and he was able to see me, and sometimes this fighting thing's so lonely.
Man, you just like that part. That listen, I've told Bach this, that when you were still active, it was tough to go and watch you fight. It was exciting, but it was tough because I could see you carrying an entire region, a state, a family, a sport on your back. And then you were going to have to not only fight the fight, but then you were going to have to talk the talk after it. And you carry that with you into your talking profession. And I understood that, like, bro, I don't know how you do it. And I jokingly say to you, you're barely human. But I mean that in the truest sense, that I'm not sure people have a real grasp for how difficult this is, how epic it is. And then you said a thing this weekend that your vantage from 10,000 feet, right, looking down, you realize how much respect you need to give to the people who are still fighting. You are now an analyst. You're one of the top analysts in the world. And now the perspective and the vantage is different. Please explain what you meant by, you know what, it's a different kind of respect and a greater respect from where you are now from them being inside the octagon.
Well, when I was still competing and I was in there, everyone around me was either trying to do the same thing or trying to make it to where I was or trying to take it from me. So you always have this chip on your shoulder. And so of course, I know what kind of courage and bravery it takes to walk in there, but I'm surrounded by just that. So it becomes normal. I'm just surrounded by, for lack of a better word, I would never compare us to the military, but I'm surrounded by warriors. So it's not weird. We're all the same. And so I spent the vast majority of my time, especially training and all of that stuff, around people that had the same mindset as me. So now that I'm out of that world, and then I go and I sit cage side, and then I see what these men and women are doing, and I'm just looking at it differently because I haven't been seeing it. At least I haven't been doing it. So I don't have the same perspective anymore. And I found myself thinking, what is this? This is crazy. This is insane. Like, I can't believe I used to do this. And then I find myself thinking, there's no way my fights ever look like that. And then Dean Thomas says, you're absolutely crazy. You're talking about this. These are 155 pounders. You would do this with 230-pound men. He said the sound of you guys coming together every time was like two rams just ramming each other over and over and over. He said like it sounded like baseball bats hitting watermelons for 15 minutes. And I just never felt like it was like that. Like I didn't, because you're so dialed in and you're so adrenaline pumped and you're so focused on what's happening in front of you. Like I would watch back fights and see myself catch something really hard. And I don't remember it happening because it's like, unless it's shutting off your connection to consciousness, it doesn't matter. You have to continue to move forward. So you just block out all of the things that are coming your way. And you kind of have to pick the things that are most impactful. So you don't pay attention to all the other things that are hitting you because it's only the impactful ones that matter. So you ignore the small jabs. You ignore, like, unless I'm bleeding into my eyes, I couldn't even tell you when I'm cut. Yeah. It's the only time I knew I was cut was because I couldn't see. And then you're trying to wipe it, and it like you look like you're kind of being a sissy about it. You're really just trying to get the blood. I don't know if you ever had blood in your eyes. It's like having Dawn dish soap. It burns and it's sticky. So then your eyes start clumping shut. And that's the problem. It's not that I care. It's just that it's affecting me. It's impactful. So I just found myself sitting there cage side thinking, man, these people are special. These are just special humans. And then there's a sympathy aspect to it that I wasn't expecting to happen, where Frivola, Matt Frivola is kind of taking a beating. Everyone, probably should have been a stoppage. I would have been fine if they would have stopped that fight. But then I find this sympathy for him, like, man, I feel so bad for him. And then he fights round 2, and then he fights round 3. And then there's this inspiration because he knows he's barely upright. He was barely upright in the first 5 minutes of the fight. He still got 10 minutes to go. How's he going to make it 10 minutes, DP? That's what I kept thinking. How is this kid going to fight another 10 minutes? He can't. If he takes another big shot like that, he's going out in front of the whole world. And then he's just biting down on his mouthpiece, and his legs aren't under him, and he's using the fence to hold himself up and still throwing punches back while he's doing it. These aren't people that are cowards that are covering and trying to hide from it. He said, you know what? I'm going to find a lean-to, and I'm still going to throw. And it's just inspiring. Even DeRitter can't even pick himself up off the mat. Been fighting norovirus for 10 days. Cut 40 pounds for the 5th time this year.
40.
For the 5th time this year. After the second round, he can't pick himself up off of the canvas. His coaches go to help him up, and the referee says he's got to do it on his own. That's a life lesson right there. You have to take part in your own rescue. You got to do it by yourself. because nobody can pick you up when it actually matters. So what did DeRitter do? He rolled to his stomach, pulled his knees up under him, and drug his butt to his feet. And then he walks back to the stool, sits there for he doesn't get the full 60 seconds because it took him 30 seconds of the minute break to get there.
Yeah.
Sits down, and by the time he sits down and finally takes a drink, it's time to get up and do it again. By the time that round is over, he already knows he can't win. He's too tired. Brendan Allen is on fire. Brendan Allen hasn't even broken a sweat yet. You're exhausted. We know deep down, I can't win right now. Today's not my day. It wasn't in the cards. I'm too tired. I'm sick. Weight cuts, whatever it is. I just know today I can't win. So why do you get off the stool? What's the point? It's the same. It's like kneeling the ball when there's a minute and a half left. Nothing can change. Why are we kneeling? Like, why wouldn't you just kneel it, right? Why wouldn't you just phone it in? He fought another 2 rounds for nothing because that's just how we're wired. You just get up and you put one foot in front of the other. I just was so inspired by that. And fortunately, I was so happy when his team stepped in and said, we don't need a 5th round. There's no reason.
Yeah.
But DeRitter would have never chosen that. And I bet he's upset about it.
Well, no, it was the thing that was said afterwards, kind of in the corridor, that he was disappointed in himself that was the result. But
because he thinks he owes that 5 minutes,
right? Like when I choosing to have these conversations and diving deeply into UFC, it's a statement about the rest of athletics and life that if people don't figure out what's important and what the priorities are and how you're going to get through it and all of these things, look at the very best to do it and then ask yourself some questions, right? It's the thing. I do want to, there's 2 things we need to take a break. 2 things we need to do. We got an active text line. I want to read the text and get your response and reaction to those. And then the second part was there is the little snippets, the vignettes they do before. Of course, we're in Canada and GSP was the feature. And he spoke about a thing you just spoke about and talking about that he was in a fight and quite frankly, he just looked over, 4th round going into the 5th round. He thought it was the 2nd round. That's how brutal of a fight it was. And he says he looked over and there's a young lion across from him. And he goes, well, it's just the young lion. It's just his night. He goes, I'll just fight my way through it and whatever comes. He goes, and then that voice from a place that he didn't recognize and didn't know he had simply said, F it. Let's go get a win. And he talked about that. So we'll talk about those 2 things, GSP and that comment, and then we'll read the text to Anthony Lionheart Smith when we come back to the Lionheart Live.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Electrical Enterprises in Roca reminds you, the men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. Their commitment and courage keep our country safe and strong. Let us honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty and salute those who serve today. This from Electrical Enterprises in Roca. For all of your residential and commercial electrical construction needs, call 402-438-5822. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
Welcome back. Lionheart Live on a Wednesday. Bach, scramble, scramble. Scramble, scramble, Bach. Find it. Find it, Bach. Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Yeah, the show is sponsored by Schwezo Construction, where safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schwezo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. Apply today at Schwezo.com. 40 years strong in business. Schwezo Construction.
Thank you, kind sir. Anthony Lionheart Smith. We left it with the quote, the statement, GSP in his moment. In a battle of all battles. And having a moment where one, he missed, like he just missed 2 rounds of a fight because it was so brutal. Gets up for the 5th, right? Like they told him the 5th round, he went, what? It's the 3rd round. They're like, no, George, this is round 5. And he gets up, he's exhausted, looks across the octagon, and the guy's bouncing, and he's got energy, and he's younger, and he just goes, well, it's been a good run. It's been a good run. This is the way it ends. Okay, fine. And he starts to make his move, and then that voice in his head says, nope, that's not who we are. Let's get to work. Anthony, talk me through this. What's behind that? What moves you off the stool into that space? And then the conversation about, there's some nights it's just your night, but then it is.
Well, okay, some of that is ego. Some of that is ego. Some of that's your ego talking to you.
Yeah.
Because then when you're a fighter, you have a constant battle. Your ego is battling your rational thoughts. Because a rational thought says we shouldn't be doing this. Rationally, we're like, this is really stupid. We shouldn't be doing this. And your ego says, you're going to let that man beat you? That man's going to take everything from you. A nice shiny gold belt, the pay-per-view points, those fat checks, the whole world thinking you're the best. He's going to take it all. And if you got kids, he's taking food from your kids right now. If you let this happen, he's going to take it from you. So you better go get it first. So that's part of it. Some of it is just as human beings. And this goes for all sports, DP. This isn't just fighting. I hate when I hear people say, well, just quitting was never an option. Was never an option, DP. It never entered my mind. You're a liar. You're a liar. And if anyone who's listening right now, if you hear anyone say that, you tell them I say they're a liar. Quitting, in the words of my great friend Chael Sonnen, quitting is the most readily available option there is. It's the first option to pop in your head. Human nature will always have you looking for the door. You have to find one reason to not take it. That's it. I don't need to know that I'm going to win. I don't need to know that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. I don't need the light. You keep it. Regular folks need the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't need it. I just need one reason to stay. That's it. And that's what GSP is talking about. Some of those reasons, everyone's is different. I had a very similar moment. I think I've talked about this with you when I fought Ryan Spann. First time I fought him, I just talked about this when I was the keynote speaker last weekend in Lincoln. I got complacent because the first fight with him was so easy. And then the first round of the second fight with him was so easy, and I got a little complacent. And he clipped me and closed my eye up, and I couldn't see. And then he spent about 30 seconds on top of me, punching me in the face. What do you think the first thing I thought about was?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, if he beats me, we're 1-1. Oh well. We could do it a third time, and then I'll really focus that time. And then it was, well, I could just lay here and actively quit. I can make it look like I'm trying to get up and just not. And this referee will step in and save me. My money's guaranteed. I'm not on a show and win bonus format structured anymore. I got my money already.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make any more money if I get up and win. You just got to find a reason. My reason? Well, I'm not going to lay here and just let you let the ref come in and save me, because then I look weak. So if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to knock me out like a man. So I'm gonna stand back up. And that's all it took. Because once I got back to my feet, well, hell, I'm already here.
Let's go.
I'm already back in. You know what I mean? I'm already back up. He looks a little tired. Okay, well, how about we just push hard the rest of this round? Maybe I can save a 10-8 here. Okay. Uh-oh. Look at that. I won the entire last part of that round. Well, now we're in it. Now we're back. That's all it takes. You just need to find one reason.
It really is that interesting phase, the conversations that we have, and I think there's a book in it, that the conversations that we have to ourselves in whatever frictional moments we have, no matter what the sport, the job, family relationship, or otherwise, right? The moments where you spoke about, the frictional moment where you and your soon-to-be wife were at going into a dollar store trying to figure out how to make this work, and then how you cope with those moments, conversations you have with yourself. Tell the folks again that story, because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, it was a bag and save actually on 108th and Maple here in Omaha, and it was late at night, and we're hungry. We got no money. Fighting wasn't going that great for me. I was like 5-4 at the time or something like that. I didn't have a lot of fights. Was trying to make this fighting thing work. I wasn't working like a regular job because I was training so much, and Michaela was working overnights at a hospital, and we just didn't have any money. So we just scrounged a bunch of change with checking couch cushions and car cup holders and anywhere we could find it. And we had enough to get the ingredients for spaghetti. And so we drive to Bag and Save. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and we're going to go in there, but she's 8 months pregnant with our first kid. And we go to get out, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. Again, it's that ugly old ego. Sometimes it'll help you, and sometimes it'll hurt you. And I just didn't have it in me. I just was too embarrassed. And to her credit, she didn't care at all. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go get it. I'm hungry. I've done put on 40 pounds. I got this baby I'm feeding. I need some food. So she went in, but it really the main part of that story isn't even about me not going in and her being willing to or any of that stuff. It's this dialogue I had when I was in the car, like almost in tears, embarrassed. Like I just sent my 8-month pregnant girlfriend to buy spaghetti. What are you doing with your life? How did we get here? How was this a thing? This wasn't the plan. My intentions were great, but the results weren't coming. And that's when I decided that's when I coined that phrase that's been attached to me my whole career: world champion or die trying. That's it. And it wasn't never about the belt. I never cared about the actual belt. That came later. It was what the belt was tied to. It was tied to wealth. It was tied to, and that all evolved. But I knew that if I could get to the belt, but there was steps that had to happen first. I had to get signed first. I wasn't even in the UFC when I made that decision. Like I was already making plans to be the champion of the world, and I wasn't even in the organization you had to be in yet. And I think I had lost a couple in a row at that point. John Morgan works for MMA Junkie, or did work for MMA Junkie. Now he works for MMA Underground. Brilliant journalist. I ran into him at an airport bar one time, leaving Atlantic City, New Jersey. I was actually 4-5 at the time, or 4-6, or 5-6, something like that. So it was around the same time as this, this whole spaghetti thing. And I'd been there at an M1 Global event cornering Josh Rave. And I was just coaching and whatever. I run into him and I recognized him as being this huge MMA journalist. And, we start chit-chatting and, we're having a beer together. And I tell him then, you're going to be writing stories about me someday. And he was like really impressed. Like as he tells the story later on, he was really impressed and said, man, this kid's got it. He's got the confidence. He's got, he told me exactly what he's going to do. And then he looks me up and my record sucks and I'm not very good. And so him and his friends, he kind of laughed at me and made fun of me. And then years later, I go on to fight Shogun in the main event. And he writes this huge story about it. Like, I can't believe I'm really, like, it came true. He was right. All those years ago, he was right that I was going to be writing about him someday. But that whole mindset thing, like I wanted to be world champion because I thought that money and success and opportunities came with it. And then it changed to I want for one day, even if I only have it for one day, I want the entire world, because I've just been kind of, I don't know, kind of stepped on and talked about and just never really taken serious. And so then I was so angry about that it became, I wanted for one day the entire world to have no choice but to acknowledge me as the best in the world. That's what I wanted. And then that evolved like towards the end of my retirement, because then I was trying to figure out how I was going to deal with, because I'd been chasing this thing for so long. My entire identity for a long time was attached to world champion or die trying. And I was trying to figure out, how am I going to move on? Because I've been so tied to this. It's like, I don't have a world title and I don't want to die. So like, how do I navigate this? And then I figured it out actually as soon as I retired, as soon as that fight was over and I laid those gloves down, I figured it out right there in the middle of the octagon. I couldn't have been happier, DP, in that moment. I was so fulfilled, and I was so worried previous to that. Like, how am I going to feel some sense of fulfillment or happiness after this thing when I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted? And I realized that I don't think I ever really wanted the title. I think I wanted the acknowledgement. I think I wanted people to acknowledge my effort.
That usually is it, right?
That's it.
We put an item on it on the thing, but we end up pulling the thread and getting through the yarn to the actual sweater, and it actually works out that way. We'll go to break. There's a text I want to read before we go to break, and it gives you some time to ponder on it because it sets the tone. Texas says this: I met Anthony once outside a BKFC event in Broomfield, walking back to the parking lot. He was stopping and taking pics and talking with everyone. Was excited when I said I was from Nebraska and asked where I was from, and we talked for a minute. He's a stand-up guy. Anthony Lionheart Smith, that is who you are. We'll throw it to break. More Lionheart Live here on The Ticket.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar in Lincoln reminds listeners to keep our local farmers in your heart during the fall harvest season. Our local farmers work hard to provide for our daily meals all year round. Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar, located at 4141 Pioneer Woods Drive in Lincoln, offers fresh and delicious pasta, seafood, hand-cut steaks, and a wide variety of wines. For reservations, call 402-489-0005. The staff at Carmela's Bistro and Wine Bar in Lincoln are forever grateful to the dedication of our local farmers. Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Bonzo Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through October at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by a qualified standard rate for another 36 months. Whether you're thinking of this year's harvest or planning ahead, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details, or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
He is live from Omaha. At home, chilling. We need to find out, what's going on with the dude. He tells me, got stuff. We had Mark Manning, Ridge Lovett. We had some people here. We had national, the best bowl in the country. They were all here to see Anthony Lionheart Smith. Sweet Things by Marcy. Here for Anthony Lionheart Smith. Yeah. You listen. The talent here is going to gain weight because the boxes is done, bro. Like Marcy was just like, it's my job to deliver them. We go together, so I deliver. Now
We do.
If he doesn't come get him,
I'm trying really hard not to threaten Bach.
I'm just
because what I'm figuring out is every episode I send a threat his way, and you know what? Maybe today's the day that we don't do it.
Okay.
Yes, I need that peace. Peace in my life.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give Bach a little peaceful. Listen, I've been working, I've been messing up and not being around. I can't just show up out of nowhere and just threaten Bach. It's not fair.
Run, Bach, run, run.
Or maybe I'm making him feel safe.
Luring you in there, bro.
Sense of security.
Bach, reach. He has the reach advantage. I'm just saying.
I think he's got just about every advantage there is to.
It's the thing. From the text line, folks have been active. Cubs says this all the time, Anthony, based on what you were saying. He goes, it's facts that quitting goes through his mind on a daily basis. He just has to persevere through it day in and day out. And that's why the conversations are necessary, to have people who have those things, those thoughts that help reroute and reprogram the quit in us.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a phrase that you say to yourself most often about that?
Not one I can say on radio.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, fair. Not one I can say on radio. There's a couple. It's a lot of self-deprecating.
Isn't that funny that the higher up you go, the more you have to really talk to yourself about, hey, bro, get it together.
Dude, yeah, it's a lot of trash talk to yourself. It's a lot of trash talk.
Can I ask you this thing? That walking to the octagon. So when Return of the Mac hits, what are you thinking about on the walk in? Are you just breathing it in? Are you present? Are you
want to know the truth?
Reprogramming? Yeah, I want the truth. That's what I'm asking. Talk to me.
Because it's gonna sound so arrogant.
No.
And actually my coaches tried to stop it because they realized it when it was happening. And so they tried to do a few things to stop it, and they just had to accept it. I'm thinking about nothing except I look around. That's why you always see me looking around the arena.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I'm here. Like I'm looking around and you just see your name on everywhere. Like it's your picture and your name. And then there's people holding signs and they got Anthony Smith shirts on and it's 20,000 people going crazy. And I just always think, I can't believe I can't believe I'm living this life. I cannot believe I'm here in this moment. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So my coaches tried to fix that by showing me the arena before. So they would sneak me into a tunnel as the show's happening, 4 or 5 fights before mine. So I could see it first. So I'm not shocked when I first walk out. Never works. Never works.
Not
the same. Not the same.
It is not the same. Okay, here's what we're gonna go to break, and then we'll come back. We've got lots to talk about. I need to talk about Husker football because I need you to break down some of the problems of getting into a fight when you didn't know it was really going to be a fight, not being prepared for the fight, and then how to recover from it. We've been talking about line play for a minute, and we need to get back and revisit that. I need for Anthony Lionheart Smith to get into the Husker locker room, talk to Coach Rule, talk to this team to get them ready for a Saturday at Memorial Stadium. You up for that?
I'm in. I'm 100% in.
There we go, man. So Anthony Lionheart Smith, Lionheart Live. We'll be back top of the hour.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I could call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Step into the octagon if you dare. This is Lionheart Live with former UFC light heavyweight Anthony Lionheart Smith on 93.7 The Ticket. Lionheart Live is sponsored by Canopy Street Market, located at the corner of South Canopy and N Streets in the Haymarket. Here is your host, Anthony Lionheart Smith.
It is 12:03 in the city, Lincoln, Nebraska. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing, you can. You're invited in. Thank you for doing so. Hit us with a what's up. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, Amazon Prime if you're fancy.
And some of you are. Bach, kind sir, if you would, preparation meets moment. Pay the bills, Bach, pay the bills.
It's the noon hour, and that means it's lunchtime. Lunchtime here at The Ticket is sponsored by our friends at Mulberry Barbecue. Now with 2 locations at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, right off of Highway 2 by Lowe's. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Try their burnt-in sandwich, a brisket burrito, barbecue nachos, a full slab of ribs, a half-smoked chicken, and much, much more, plus incredible sides. Get fueled for lunch today or make dinner plans at Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, just off of Highway 2 by Lowe's.
Thank you, kind sir. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. He is the one and only Anthony Lionheart Smith. Fresh back from Vancouver on a fight night that, again, shout out to Drew Dober. He just says he's a stay-home dad who just fights people on occasion for money. And I think that's a fair. His post-fight videos and pictures of him with 2 black eyes. And he just says, what do you say to the guy with 2 black eyes? Nothing. He didn't listen the first time. I think that's fair statement, fair doings. Anthony had the moment, and we make a point to connect in these buildings. 2 things happened in Vancouver that I need to talk to you about immediately. First thing, Anthony comes from his perch, the throne, the broadcast throne that is ESPN and UFC pre and post. They keep them away from the normals, Bach. They are not. They don't want normal on them. Like, oh, the normals are here, right? But then Anthony does the regal thing. He takes off the royal cape, his blazer, the royal cape, right? He takes it off. It's kind of like James Brown. He throws it off, right? And then he marches through the arena in his schmedium shirt.
It's a good looking shirt, though.
And the tightest shirt in the history of mankind. At 245 pounds and no waist whatsoever. This thing, if you could just paint on the shirt and then paint some buttons on it, it would.
I'm sensing a bit of jealousy here, DP.
Hater. I am in full hater mode. But you and I, listen, if
It's an expensive shirt too.
I know it is. I know this shirt was more than my whole outfit. But the idea, Bach, is that, quite frankly, if I was built like Anthony, I would not wear a shirt. Like, I would have the blazer.
Oh, the Kamaru Usman.
Right? Like, I'd have the blazer on and just like a gold medal. Like, but Anthony walks through the crowd. He finds me. We find each other. And there's a thing that happens. And it made me pause. And I said that Nebraska needs to celebrate its sons. Because on the biggest fight stage that there is Drew Dober fighting his Nebraska heart out, and there is Anthony Lionheart Smith waving, breathing in just a crowd of humans, Canadians, who love you. And I just need to say it because you stood there and you were talking to me and people were screaming in the back, Anthony! Like, and it's just, I was so proud for you because you're in that business, like as a fighter where people talk, and then as the analyst, people talk. And then I just want to make sure that you recognize who you are in the space, because to hear the fans talk about you, and even when you went and sat back down, they applauded you just walking through the building. So, kind sir, what does that, the fans of USC are a special breed anyway, but what does that mean to you to have people show you that kind of love?
Man, it couldn't possibly mean more. To be honest with you, I still got a pretty healthy amount of imposter syndrome. Like, wait till these guys find out that I'm not as cool as they think I am. That's what I think a lot. I don't know what it is about Canada. It's, when I'm at the desk, it's always pretty crazy because, to be fair, we're kind of perched in. I feel like a zoo animal because you're kind of perched right there on top of the scaffolding at the desk, and you're surrounded by the fans. So you do feel a bit like a fish in a fishbowl, and people are just staring at you and yelling at you. And I've never been catcalled by more men in my whole life. And yeah, it's just
that part.
a bunch of, and then every time they take a picture, they're just rub it on your back, and it's it gets. It's men, it's women, they just can't believe that you're in person. It's like they're trying to figure out if you're real. So that does get a bit uncomfortable because I'm just not used to that. Like I'm not like an attention-seeking guy, so that gets a little bit weird. But I don't know what it is about Canada, the UK, and Brazil. I don't know what it is about those three places. People go absolutely crazy about me. And I don't know what I've done that has really resonated with Canadians or Brazilians and the British people. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Because here, nobody stops me here, like in Omaha. Nobody ever. And it could be because I did come up slowly here, so it's not weird to see me or Terrence or whoever like walking into the gas station to get a Red Bull or something. That's not weird. Maybe that's part of it. We're just people are used to it, but. I don't know what it is about those three places, but specifically those three places, people go absolutely insane. And I appreciate them. So keep doing it.
It's amazing. And now I'll have to be like when we take our UFC fight night selfie, I have to make sure I don't rub Anthony's back. Wow.
It's a lot of hands on my lower back.
Right. Like it's there. And it is funny, Bach too. Like his wife shows up at every other event kind of deal. But the women respond to Anthony, and it is let me tell you, it is a sound that they make. It's not a shriek or a shout, it's a shrout. Like there's a thing where the Anthony, and you just like what?
You know what's so funny? I'm always so careful because the world is a crazy place. People get weird. Yep. So I always make sure my hands are very clear in every single picture. Okay. I don't need any weird angles showing up or any weird, you know what I mean? I don't need no weird stuff going on. But they don't care at all. Nope. They're feeling around. They're checking what's in your pants, like in the back of your pants. They're like, oh, sorry, I was trying to put my hand on your back. Well, that's weird because you got a whole handful of butt cheek there.
At least you said the back because
I did say I had to clarify that.
Yeah, at least you said the back. It was the thing. It's but in the space. The fandom, and I have to give UFC credit, they do the best job at marketing to their fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even close. The fan fest, the weigh-ins, they do the best job. The UFC VIP events, they do the best job of giving access. And it's the thing. Now, Bach, I have to say this. Anthony works with some of the most amazing people, right? So Chiesa is always that, like he'll come down. It always looks like he's ready to punch you, but you have to be aware. Like you have to, because it's Chiesa. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not sure that he's not always in the octagon, right? No matter where he is, he can see him in an elevator, and you just get the feeling
he's about to fight.
Yeah, one false move, you're either going to get taken down or clipped. Like there's no in between. Talk to me, but like he and Bisping both give the vibe that. Anytime, any place, let's go.
That is such a fascinating take that you have on Chiesa because I have the total opposite take. Chiesa's like a child to me.
He's fun.
He's so fun, but he's married, but he has no kids. He lives on like an acreage. He's got a cabin in Idaho. He has like 15 $200 cars. He's a child. Like he's like he gets excited and giddy and like he's very, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I love Chiesa, but he's very childlike in his personality. He's very fun, doesn't take himself too seriously. So it's funny that you have this different perspective of him because all of us at work are like, oh, here comes our like 12-year-old kid brother.
Well, he was the one. We were taking pictures, like a series of pictures, and you don't pay attention, but there in the back is Chiesa.
Yeah,
bombing.
Like a child. Right, Bisping's pretty intense, though. Bisping's pretty intense.
Bisping has never met a fight he didn't like. I just like that thing. He just looks like the guy that really like. We're talking now, but move, flinch, one
Yeah,
flinch.
for sure.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, well, and Bisping is again, I don't mean this in a negative sense, but it will come off that way. Bisping is the type of guy that will be offended if you don't know who he is. He'll be offended by that.
In full. Like you should know his name, his face, but you better remember that he's a stone cold killer at any moment.
Well, and he's also the loudest guy in the room.
Fair.
He's the loudest guy in the room. You always know when he's around, and if you don't know, he'll make sure that you realize it. He will get your attention. Hey, I don't know you, but I was here talking and you're not listening. He's not everybody's favorite cup of tea.
we know those people.
Yeah. He's not everybody's favorite person. He's not everybody's favorite person.
And then, Bach, here's another thing, a personal thing that Anthony, he keeps his co-hosts away from me. He keeps them away from me at all costs. Karen Bryant and Laura Sanko, he makes a point to just if we could get Nebraska's tackles to protect Dylan Raiola the way Anthony protects those two young ladies from me, Nebraska will go undefeated the rest of the season. Is that a fair statement, Anthony Smith?
No, I don't think so. I'm not keeping them from you. I'm not. I don't think so. Karen never leaves the desk, and Laura's all over the place. It's hard to get a beat on her. She's all over the spot. She's everywhere.
Is she more fighter than we give her credit for?
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, she's a dog.
Right, like
we've trained together like fairly recently, and like she's got a nasty jiu-jitsu game. If you're not careful, she'll choke you.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. So there's a thing that happens in some of these UFC towns, and I was telling some of the folks this that in the right case, work at a workout, they will allow media to put on the pads and be kicked by UFC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a line of 8. And there were some sizable human beings in the line, right? But there's the ego. These are unknowing. These are people unknowing. I'm at least wise enough to float to the back of the line. I'm kind of like in the Oklahoma drills. I'm like maneuvering to figure out where I want to be in the line. I don't want to be first. And the fighter was 185 and kicking the bag and kicking the pads. And then they get this guy, he's about 280 pounds, Anthony, and he puts the pad on. And he's expecting the guy to come in and blast him, thinking he's okay. Except they flip the script and they bring a 115-pound female fighter to kick the pad. And she asked the question, how hard do you want me to kick you? And, he's like, no, 100%. And you could hear the visceral groan of everybody, people that know, nah, bro, don't do that.
Nah, bad idea.
Right? And then he says, okay, 50%. She goes, okay. And this tiny woman, this tiny explosive woman, kicked this giant of a man in the thigh. And the sound he made, I've never heard come from a large man before. And then he crumbled to the ground screaming, what have you done? What have you done? Anthony, try to explain to people the difference between mortals and MMA fighters and their ability to deliver, whether it be a kick or a punch.
Well, I mean, it's like, first of all, the size doesn't matter. How much does a baseball bat weigh?
Right.
Not a lot.
Right.
Still would hurt if you caught one in the thigh, though, huh?
Yep.
And that's essentially what's happening now. The weight classes change and the bats get bigger and smaller, but you're just, and it's all body mechanics, but the impact is insane. But also, in the way that you would say it, mere mortals don't know how to absorb it. They don't know how to take it. There's a skill, and people forget that there is a skill to absorbing damage. There's a skill to taking body shots and leg kicks and shots to the head. There's a way that you can do it that's less impactful as if you just took it. So that's what also gets missed. People are like, well, it's a small girl. It's a small girl that knows what she's doing and a man that doesn't know anything about anything. So he's just going to be there. He's going to flex it, or he's going to tense it up, or maybe he leaves it not flag. It doesn't matter either way. It's going to suck.
It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You don't have enough years ahead of you to take it correctly, anyways.
Yeah, he went to the ground, and Homer Simpson backed out of that line.
For sure. His legs. He's going to be limping for 2 weeks.
Oh no, so this was Thursday, and then Saturday he walked in. He had crutches. Saturday night for the fight, and we listen. It's the human in us, but guys are a little bit brutal. The amount of laughter that the media people who were there put on this guy, like the shame.
You got to know better than that.
But what is it about us, Anthony? Why is it human as men?
What did Joe Rogan say? I think Rogan, he told me this in person one time, but I've heard him say it on his podcast. The average, it's men, but the average man overestimates his ability to defend himself by like 250% or something like that. So however well you think you would do in a fight, you need to subtract 250% from that.
It's just, Bach, the sound, I literally can't compare the sound he made.
People love that. It's weird. They love it before, and then they feel so stupid afterwards. I've probably done that to 3 or 4 people, and it's the same reaction every time. Like they shriek. There's a sound that comes out of their lungs that isn't human. They fall down. They realize that 50% is a whole lot more than they're capable of accepting. And then there's a lot of people that want choked unconscious because they think they can fight it. So I bet I've choked, I don't know, 10 guys completely out cold just because they thought that if they just flexed their neck, they could stop it. Like, okay, you're going to sleep.
Fuck.
And it happens a lot faster than people think too, because they say, well, if I don't think I can, here's what they'll say. I think I could withhold for X amount of time. And I'll say, it's going to take a solid 3 count. And you're going to pass out. And they'll say, no, if it gets too much, I'll tap. And no, you won't.
No.
Because if in your mind you think you can hold it for 5, you're going to go out in 2. It doesn't take that. A correctly applied submission, especially a choke, you don't have to cut the blood off to the brain for very long. It's like a light switch. You cut it off, it's just to a normal person that doesn't know how to resist correctly. It's a solid 2, maybe 3 count, and you're out.
Bach. He's setting the table for you, Bach.
Yeah, it's not even painful. Like you'll be out before you realize you're out. Like you'll go, oh my gosh, this is, and then that's it. You won't finish the sentence. Whatever the first thought in your head is, you won't finish the thought before you're unconscious.
Bach.
I don't know why normal folks think that it's. I don't know. Fighting's got to be one of the few sports where people are like, well, I could do that. Like they could watch the UFC on the weekend and say, I'll beat that guy. No, you're gonna go to the hospital. That's what's gonna happen to you. Nobody watches the Super Bowl and goes, I would have caught that ball. No,
they do. We hear it every day on the text line.
Really? Really? Okay.
Every day on the text
What's
line.
going on the text line? We got anything fun?
Well, I need to ask the question because I was asked this in a text and I was supposed to ask you.
Okay.
What would you say to Nebraska Saturday before the game? What would you say at practice today? What would you say to the Huskers?
I would say you guys learned a really valuable lesson at a very inopportune time. The worst place to be in any sporting event is to find yourself in a fight that's harder than you thought it was going to be. So how do you stop that? You prepare for the worst, hope for the best, but you can't just go, we're ranked now. We're definitely going to beat Minnesota. How'd that work out? This is the only time that, and I don't know that I'm giving you my speech right now, but I'm going to commentate on some of this. Mm-hmm. This is the only time I found myself. I'm going to preface this. There'll be a lot of listeners going to say, "Oh, here we go. We're going to start questioning Matt Rule." Absolutely, I'm going to. That starts at the top. We can't battle all this way through. Finally, find ourselves ranked, and then drop a big one to Minnesota. Means we weren't mentally prepared. Means someone doesn't have their finger on the pulse and they're figuring out that we got a bunch of overconfident players here that think we're just rolling into Minnesota and we're going to leave with a W. It's not that simple. You still have to show up. And every single person has to do their job. And that starts with the line, and they're not. I don't know what's going on. We do not have that big of a talent deficit on the offensive line. So what's happening? You guys aren't fighting. Like this is a team sport, 100%. But you also have to do your job. You can't worry about someone else's job. You can't be focused on other things. You can't be. The only thing that matters is your job. Once the play is called, your job comes into your head. That's the only thing that matters. That's the fight. However many plays that are ran today, that's how many jobs you have. There was a I believe it was an LSU offensive lineman, had I think he was from LSU, incredible quote before the combine. He said, defensive linemen can play the whole game. Maybe they get 1 sack a game every single game. He makes it to the end of the season. He's going to the NFL, 100%. An offensive lineman gives up 1 sack a game, you bagging groceries as soon as the season's over. It's different. Your job is different. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's different. It's the most important job on the field, if you ask me. But I don't know what's going on there, but I do find this Penn State thing is really upsetting me. Here's something that happens in sports, DP, and the UFC is actually really good about dispelling it. Our boss, our leader, will stand up in the media if there's questions about something or there's some uncertainty or people are worried about stuff, and he'll just address it right in your face. If Matt Rule had a Dana White approach, of course it would hurt my feelings if he was to stand up there and say, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Maybe. I don't know what it looks like, but it's a consideration. I'd feel better about that because at least I know. But now we're back in this spot where we have a bunch of uncertainty. And what happens with uncertainty? Things start falling through the cracks. People start then we wonder why people get so fickle and fans. Like, we've poured our heart into Matt Rule and given him the longest leash that I can recall in a very long time. Say, oh, it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's fine. There's a lot of when's the last time we took positives from a loss? It's weird that we're not now. I can't think of anybody that's had any positive things to say about Saturday's game. Have you heard anything positive from it?
That they get to play again this Saturday.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
The other losses, we've given them a long rope and said, okay, listen, we're disappointed about that, but we're keeping it close. We make a couple little adjustments here. We get a couple of better blocks here, and that's a different game. We've been making excuses because we believe in them. And now all this other media and outside stuff that's going on that nobody's addressing, that we get half answers, that it's just a bunch of speculation. Now we're all unsure again because we felt so good because we thought we had someone that was committed to us that, okay, maybe it's not going to go 100% our way and we're not going to get exactly where we want to be this year, but we're headed in the right direction. Well, now Saturday happens, and then all the outside stuff and the outside noise is coming in, and now the fan base is exactly back where we were before. So now the players don't feel like anybody believes in him because now I'm talking bad about him. You know what I mean? Like, not bad about them, but like now I'm being critical, and they hear it, they see it, they read it, they have eyes and ears. So then that compounds. So then next weekend they've been just stepped on all week, plus their own uncertainty because I'm sure he ain't telling them anything either. So now they're uncertain. Now you got sophomores and juniors and next year seniors that are uncertain, and you can't stop that from coming in your head. And so then it compounds, and if they play like crap on Saturday, it's just now this ball's just gonna be rolling downhill. It can be stopped. But the politics and the NCAA won't allow it to. The money, the portals. From now on, there's a coach's portal too. That's what I'm calling it.
Yep.
Nothing is for sure. Doesn't matter how long who cares? Sign up $4 billion year contract. It doesn't matter because they'll leave the next opportunity they get anyways. This this whole media cycle since this Penn State firing has changed my entire perspective. And I do this for a living. How do the fans feel? I should have a better perspective than anybody because I know how this works. I know how professional sports work. I know how high-level sports work. I know how the business comes into sports and changes everything. So I should have expected it. But I didn't because I felt different about this situation that we've been in. So how do the fans feel? And then have the I don't even know what the word is, like to stand around and say, I can't believe they're being so hard on us. You can't? I can. Look what they're dealing with. Give us something. Be honest with us. I don't want the coach speak. I don't want the political conversation because you're not allowed to talk because this university said we can't talk about these conversations and blah, blah, blah. Just be honest with us. If you're thinking about going, tell us. If you're staying for sure, tell us. And you'll get a whole different reaction from everybody. But as of right now, the whole entire state's unsure and they're really unhappy about it.
It's been, but this is why we ask. And then here's what we're doing. We'll go to break. We'll come back. We're going to ask Anthony. We're giving him the floor before Northwestern, right? He gets to have conversations with this football team. He gets to preach to the choir. He gets to move the crowd. So it'll be MC Anthony Lionheart Smith when we come back to Lionheart Live.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more. What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Aloe at 866-481-2556 or visit aloefiber.com.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
Welcome back, Lionheart Live. Huskers have an opportunity, and stop me if you've heard this before, but the Huskers will play a Big Ten opponent this week with the same record they have in a critical fork-in-the-road moment where one of the programs will feel much better about themselves than the other after said performance. There's nothing wrong, Anthony, and I think it's fair in UFC, it's fair in basketball, fair in football. There's nothing wrong with Nebraska football that a win won't cure.
That's fair. Winning fixes a lot.
Right? It fixes a lot. And sometimes you just need to change the voice. Sometimes you need to change the words, the people that are talking to these athletes. So we're going to send Anthony Lionheart Smith. We're going to turn the Husker locker room into the Lionheart Den. Sir, pregame, let's get us ready to kick Northwestern's tail. Sir, what do you have to say?
Okay. If I was truly sitting there, I would, well, first of all, you got to feel out the room, but I would imagine that it's quiet. It's quiet because there's a lot of uncertainty. And it's been a long week. It's been a really long week. You're at a spot where the support couldn't have been any greater. We're finally ranked. Nebraska football has it figured out. We've turned this around. And then you turn in a dud. Not just a bad one, too. A bad one. You didn't lose a split decision. You got finished. And now it's been a hard week, and you've been listening to the critics, and if you're on those of you linemen are getting hammered right now. You were already getting hammered, even in the wins. But now it's a big deal because now we lost. And I believe in Nebraska football. I really do. And I think most people do. But there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions right now. And I think that they need to use that as a motivator and not be so angry that you're being questioned. That's a lot of it. Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim, because you weren't a victim when you were winning and everyone was telling you how cool you were, and then everybody wants a piece of Dylan Raiola and everyone wants to see Rule on their show and they want to see all of his social media stuff, and now everyone's a little bit worried. There's a lot of questions. You weren't complaining when everybody wanted a piece of you. You can't complain when they question you because you didn't do your job. Your job, I know that this is sports and this is a game. It's not. It's not. This is your job. And the entire state has entrusted in you to do what you said you were going to do. So now you have to do it. Now you have to do it. You're in a fight right now. You have to draw a line in the sand. And the options are, well, first of all, this line that we're talking about, it's not in between you and your opponent. That's very different. The line needs to be drawn behind you. And we're not going past that line. I'm talking about receivers. I'm talking about the defense. I'm talking about the running backs. And I'm also talking to Raiola. You can't get punched in the face and take a backward step. You can't. And I don't mean that literally. Of course, there's going to be situations where you have to go backwards. That's just part of the game. But figuratively speaking, we got punched in the face on Saturday, and then we stepped over that line, and we never crossed it over. We never crossed back over it again. Like, you have to respond, and you have to find that dog in you, and you have to find your reason. Why are you here? If you don't want to be, someone else will do your job. So just say it. Raise your hand. If it's too much and it's too much pressure, we'll find someone else who's willing to take it and willing to carry it. But you have to do your job. That's it. I don't know why we're making it so difficult. You know what that job is. Mm-hmm. You need to do it better. And that's not me coming down on the team. That's not me coming down on the individual players. You have to do your job. If your job is to block, you need to block. If your job is to run the ball, you need to churn those damn legs and dig in. It's gonna suck. But we're in a day and age right now where football has become so pretty and so cool, and the athletes are just different mentally. This isn't a pretty game. Like, if you're not getting busted in the mouth, you're not playing hard enough. Like, I need you to be exhausted. If those oxygen tanks aren't coming out and your face isn't stuck in one of those masks, you're not playing hard enough. You're not trying hard enough. It's all about effort and attitude. I say the same thing to my children, and they get it. I don't know why you're not. Max effort. You should be exhausted when that game is over, because even if you're playing Peru State College, you better beat them 190-0, because your effort is that high. That's the difference. That's the difference in my mentality versus their mentality. If I'm up by 100, I want to be up by 101. If I'm down by 100, I need to be down by 99. Doesn't matter who I play. The game play shouldn't change. The effort and output shouldn't change. I get it. They're young. You learned a lesson. You found yourself in a game that was harder than you thought it was going to be, and you couldn't adjust to it on the fly. That's fine. But we can't let that happen again. If you get beat fair and square, it's fine. That's how it is. Like, that's just sports. Sometimes you're just not the better team. And that's okay. I can't even be mad about that. But that's not what happened last weekend. That was an effort and an attitude problem. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's hard to respect.
Yeah, Anthony, there's so much in that Bach and I have had the conversation this week, and I said quite frankly, it is one play, one responsibility at a time.
Exactly.
You can make it complicated. You can sit in the fight and go, okay, listen. But when I put my hand in the turf for one play, I need to do my job. And
that's what I'm saying. It's one at a time. It's one fight at a time. And it's short. You can't be hard for 5 seconds. That's all I need. Be hard for the next 5 seconds. And then you get a long breather. This game is not that difficult in terms of like your output, especially if you're on the line. Go hard for 5 seconds. I'm not saying it's easy, so don't misquote me there. You can do anything for 5 seconds. Just do it over and over and over again. You get a long break afterwards. You know what your role is when the play comes in. It's that simple. You hear the play and point at that guy. That's him. That's my guy. I know where the ball's going. Block that guy. That's it. That's all you have to do.
That's the job.
I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple.
Man.
It's absolutely simple. I would, again, like, people are going to be upset. I would not be nice to them right now. You guys mentally are weak. And I just have a really tough time with mental weakness. I really do. You're the most coddled and sissified version of football players that this era and this generation has ever been. Like you're fed, your food is brought to you, you're like the facilities are incredible, you're held up like superheroes. The rest of your life is fairly simple. Like you're a superstar, you're a Division I football player. You've been special your entire life. Everyone around you that knew you as a child knew that guy's going to be a professional. He's going to the pros. He's definitely going to play Division I football. You definitely were treated differently in high school because everybody knew you were special. And then you get to the University of Nebraska, one of the most prolific programs in the entire country. You're special in Lincoln, Nebraska. Now go show people why. Now go be special on the field. Stand out. I know that this isn't an individual sport, but it absolutely is an individual sport when you're in the middle of those games. Because if individually we don't do our jobs, then nobody else wins. Because if you don't do your jobs, then Raiola can't do his. Yep. So you not doing your job affects everybody. And then what happens? Now I'm here being critical of Matt Rule. So like you not doing your job in turn trickles all the way to the top. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
It's going to be.
And I've never been this critical of the team. I've never been this critical.
Fair, because in the honesty of it, they need to go 1-0. And again, as we said, nothing wrong that a win won't cure.
Right.
And because that means that you learned from the lessons and you didn't repeat them.
And I'll come here next week and sing their praises.
That's the point.
Answered the call.
Yep. So here's what we do. We're going to break. We'll come back. We'll get Anthony's prediction. And then he and I will bump heads Monday because the Chiefs will take on the Commanders in Monday Night Football. Of course, Jaden Daniels is not playing. So there's that.
He'd probably be an easier game if he was.
Hamstring. Anthony Lionheart Smith, Lionheart Live. We'll close it out when we come back.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Bonsall Pool & Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
welcome back. Lionheart Live. We'll take you and set you up for Bach and the Black Shirt. It's Window World Wednesday. Todd Euler in the building. We need to, that's what you need to have Euler come work out with Anthony, right?
For sure.
Yeah, we need to get Euler in there to work out with Anthony. But all right, Anthony, here's the deal. It's Huskers and Northwestern, and I say this all the time. The Huskers at the top of their to-do list and their game plan notes each week is for Nebraska to not beat Nebraska. Just don't beat yourself. Like that is one thing if the guy's better than you, but don't beat yourself and don't help him. Anthony, what do you think happens? Do they leave the building 6-2 or do they leave the building 5-3?
Oh, they definitely leave 6-2. I think that, again, as critical as I've been, the coaching staff has done a good job of making adjustments. I think that their feelings are really hurt right now. Like they got egg on their face. Losing's not embarrassing. Losing to a team that you're better than is embarrassing. So I can't imagine how tough and gritty some of those conversations and practices were all week. So I suspect they turn it around and we see a positive team on Saturday.
I think it's big. Bowl eligibility on the table, playing for something greater than yourself and your own goals. That as a team, program, community, university, getting bowl eligible just says a lot. It validates a lot, and I think it's necessary. To do it early in the season, to regroup, rebrand, recalculate. In the GPS, we are recalculating. This is a big week for that. Monday night at the Arrowhead. Kind sir, no Mr. Daniels for the Commanders. What can we expect? Should I make the drive? Should I just tap this one out? Read it.
Well, I'm going to be there, so I would love to rub it in your face in person.
Yeah.
So you should make the drive. I'm bringing the 3 older kids to Kansas City, and we're going to go to the game. I think, to be fair, I'm going to talk about the Chiefs more than the Commanders, but
100%.
I think with Rice being back, we're seeing a little bit of a different team. They just needed more weapons. They needed another weapon. They needed a deep threat. Someone was fast and get separation quickly. And I think you're going to start. This is what's happened with the Chiefs the last couple of years. They started off really slow. And I really think that and maybe it's all teams, and I'm just not paying attention to the other teams so closely. NFL players don't do a lot in the offseason. Not a lot of them. Receivers do historically. See, the receivers and the running backs do a lot, but like even Travis Kelce, he always starts off really slow. And you can even see it in his body. He's heavier at the first couple games of the season. He's slower. He's just, it's like he's not in game shape at the beginning of the season. You see that with a lot of the players across the entire NFL, but I just see it really specifically with the Chiefs. And as the season goes on, they're I don't know, it's like their shape gets better. They play a little, they get a little tougher, and their chemistry gets a little better. So I see that starting to turn a little bit right now, especially with Rice being back in the mix.
Give me a score.
Oh, it's going to be, you know how the Chiefs are, man. They keep everything pretty tight a lot of times. I don't know, 28-14.
Okay. I can live with
31-14. It'll be tight. It'll be, you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, like 38-14. You know what I mean? So like
we have 60 seconds. Tell me who wins the main event and the co-main event UFC this week.
Ooh, I'm actually going to pick Cyril Gane. I think Cyril Gane beats Aspinall. He's essentially fighting a mirror of himself. It's another really large, super athletic, really in shape heavyweight, and I think the Cyril Gane is. They talk about what John Jones did to Cyril Gane. I think that people have forgotten Tom Aspinall is not John Jones. So I think that's different. They're different types of wrestlers. And then in the co-main event, they've already fought one time. Mackenzie Dern won a decision. She looks really good. She looks to be in shape. I think it's a closer fight than people think, but I probably would. I'm going to go Mackenzie Dern, but I would not be surprised to see Verna get a win.
It's going to be a great card, bro.
It's going to be an incredible card.
Yep, be good stuff. All right, Ken, sir, I will talk to you Saturday after the game and then Monday after the game as well. Lionheart, Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it.
I'll see you on the other side, DP.
Yes, sir. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Black shirt. And the walk-on. Todd Euler. Walk-on Wednesday. That Winter Roll Wednesday. Well, we can do all the Wednesdays now, Ron. Well done. See you in a bit.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door.